Southwind Spotlight featuring Angela Schaffer.
Appreciate you guys. Has there ever been a time that you have experienced in your life that was kind of dark? Maybe you lost your way. Maybe you kind of forgot how to believe in yourself. Maybe it was a heartache, but things seem pretty dark. That's not normal for me. But there was a time not that long ago, a few years, we all were kind of going through a downtime where I really lost my way. I'm usually a really, really happy person. You know, Jeff Scott had hired me to be a recruiter, and I had business partners expecting interviews. You know, for me also, I had 3 kids at home, and I was responsible for taking care of them because some other people were not pulling their weight. At one point, the first person in my life to ever say this to me and make me believe it was Josh, who said I was a leader. And Tyler said that he had trusted me, but I was letting everybody down, and it sucked. My name's Angela. Thanks for all of you who helped me remember that when I was up here. And I was hired to be a recruiter about 5 years ago, and it's been an awesome, awesome ride. I had very little idea what I was doing when I was recruiting people into the business. I did, however, have this very cheerful attitude, really positive and upbeat. I love to talk to people. I love to share with people. I was a yoga teacher for 20 years, so I was pretty cool under pressure. And Josh and Jeff listened to my phone calls. Not so great. But they worked with me. And actually, so many people in the business worked with me, which was pretty awesome. Dylan Scripter took the time to role play with me on how to bring people into the business. And together, we brought in Corey Brown and Garrick Soa and Raj. Worked with Matt McKinney to bring in Tommy Henyon, Nick Bennett. Worked with my guy out in Marino, Jonathan, who talked to me all the time. Bryce, Casey, helping you guys grow your businesses. And with Andy here in KC, we worked together to bring in Sam Laney and Bennett, Don, so many of you. It's been such an awesome journey, and I was moving right along, learning, staffing the businesses. In my personal life, many of you know, happily single. But at the time, I was dating, and I'd met somebody who was pretty great at the first, and I thought he was going to be pretty life-changing, and he was. That whole situation was very life-changing, but not the way I expected it to be. So I got myself involved in a pretty dangerous, that's Josh's word, dangerous, manipulative relationship. It was a bad cycle that almost tore me apart. Just this happy-going person, and then somebody, steals all of your joy. Broke my heart. Sucked. I recovered. But it took me some time. Back to that single mom thing, I had teenagers now. And for anybody who has experienced that joy, it was, that was a challenge for sure. Many of you know my oldest. She is a strong-willed. Now I learned a peacock. I thought she was a dove. Wrong. She's also an Aries, and she is very strong-willed and not really caring for the rules that I had set in place. And that's okay, unless you're my kid. And then I'm pretty strict about those rules. And we really butted heads a lot. And I didn't think we were fighting. I thought we were having conversations. I thought we were just communicating, conversations, right? she was like, we fight all the time. I just don't want to live here anymore. And that was devastating. For real. Even worse than any stupid heartbreak. Over that time, probably a year and a half, our relationship changed. I lost sight of where I was going at work. And with a broken heart, you just kind of lose your mind a little bit. And you're by yourself, and it was a struggle. And I was showing up to work, and I was going through the motions, and I was hiring people and connecting with you. But inside, I was kind of changing. I withdrew, and I would say that this bubbly, light personality that I normally carry was really difficult to find. I was hard to be around. You know, Jeff had always been consistent with giving me great support, awesome support, but I wasn't showing up for him. I was really difficult to work with. You know, Josh, when we were preparing this, he said, Ange, I want to know what happened. I want to know, don't tell me about all that other stuff. I want to know about what you did. Well, all around me, I saw people in this room and around at work winning. And I was so frustrated because I wasn't going anywhere. I was just kind of dark. And I'm so excited that I got to work with all of you and bring you all in and learn with you and grow up with you. But I felt like I was just kind of watching on the sidelines everything happen. And I wanted to be a part of it. Josh said I belonged, and he said I was a leader. So it was time to show up. I wanted to win, and I got tired of feeling like crap. One of the very first things I did was that I found an awesome counselor who helped me get my mind right. I learned how to listen to my very awesome daughter who has so much to teach me. And that was the beginning of a new relationship for us, which is very powerful. And she's like, Mom, you're one of my best friends. And I'm like, yes, I got it back. Because that's really all I ever wanted to have, is a great relationship. You know, you think about the end in mind, and even if we were going through all those struggles, I wanted to have that lifelong relationship with the people I made, the people who make me. As far as work goes, I was listening. I was in the meetings. I was listening along with, you know, anything is possible, and that if you, you know, just show up consistently over time, you'll succeed. Well, we were getting into a place where it was time to start Connecticut, Boston, and I had a lot of, like Nicole said, I had a lot on my plate, and it was hard, and I was kind of burnt out and not happy anyway. I was working on it. I was listening to books and podcasts because I really did want to grow. You know, Andy would sit in my office and say, I just want to help you. I'm like, dude, I got to do it. I got to do it myself. And so many people, so many of you, well, Jeff had a box of Kleenex in his office for me at all times. Thank you. That was awesome because so many of you showed up for me and showed me the way when it was really, really dark for me. So that's not my nature. Man, and it was hard to get back. So I was on a journey. That year I started hiking, and I hiked almost 1,000 miles that year on my feet, all by myself, trying to get my mind right. I had lots of conversations, and one in particular I had with Stacia, because she is a freaking winner. And I was like, well, okay, what are we doing? And she reminded me, she was like, Ange, you're a badass. Like it was the truth. And I forgot. And she reminded me that I was worth showing up for. And I'm forever grateful for that conversation. I took notes. I remember the date. It's powerful that there are so many people around us who want to help us get to where we can go. So I started coming to work every day, 6 o'clock, listening to my podcasts, And I got Connecticut and Boston, and they had big work to do. And I was lucky that I got to do it with them. And they were showing up for each other, and it was my opportunity to show up for them as well. They needed their recruiter, big and bad. Southwind became my rock again, my strong place, my solid ground. And there are so many of you who made such a huge difference for me. Most of you, actually, in the room, to be honest, because I wanted to be a part of this. And I'm so proud of every single one of you. And one of my favorite times, I've always told recruits, is that my favorite time is sitting in the meetings that you have every single month, your all-hands meeting, and getting to celebrate each and every teammate who is killing it and doing such great things. When it came time to do leadership class, I signed up for leadership class. I'd been here, 3 years, and I wanted to be in the leadership class so I could learn from all of you. And then executive leadership class was offered to me, and heck yeah, I wanted to do that too, because I was just in this place of wanting to grow. I was so tired of being done, being broken, being sad, because that's not me. And then I had a goal of teaching the leadership class, and I was offered that opportunity, and guess who wanted to be my partner? Andy Majors. He picked me, and that was so awesome. I mean, there's nothing better than the leaders here helping you see the best in yourself and showing you what's possible. And 3 years ago, Josh and I recruited one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, Miss Madeline Schaffer. You might know her. Love you, Matt. Whoop, whoop. Maddie has been so awesome. I get to watch. I still get to be her mom, which is so cool. And she gets to be under the leadership of Josh and Jeffrey and the amazing Yvonne and BPE. Man, it's been such a cool journey. And I'm so excited as we all continue to grow into what's next. I'm lucky to be on the people team with such amazing leaders. And I'm lucky to get to build a path with all of you to help you grow. I wouldn't want to miss it for the world. This is an awesome place to be. So if you ever find yourself in a dark spot, or you think there's somebody on your team that's just not showing up, have those conversations. Do talk to them. Please don't give up on them, because they're worth it, and you're worth it, and there's no place that's better to shine. Thank you.